Change. The word alone can be challenging. How do we get started? Where will the change lead? Don't sit there and worry about it. Be the change. Welcome to Be the Change Radio. Host Kristina Bloom has been a professional psychic and spiritual advisor for 20 years, offering psychic and mediumship readings for individuals and groups. She also teaches several classes in psychic development and metaphysics. In addition, she is an author who has published 2 books so far and is the co-owner of Moonbow Publications and Productions, LLC. Are you ready for that change now? Here is your host of Be the Change Radio, Kristina Bloom.
Hey everybody, welcome to Be the Change Radio. You're listening to us on WLTK-DB Talk Radio. My name is Kristina Bloom and I'm your host. Tonight we are going to start dealing with kind of the end of the year, beginning of the new year. We're going to be talking about conscious action as we approach the new year. And my guest tonight is Rita Casanova. And she is just really one of the most delightful people I've ever met. I really like her. I've done some of her events. It's been a great time doing that. But before we get that far, first of all, a reminder that the radio station is going to be closed. There won't be any live shows between December 19th and December 25th. So we'll pick it up again on the 26th, which happens to be a Monday. So we will be seeing you on the 26th of December. And let's see. Oh, this weekend, I am at the Soul and Synergy Metaphysical Fair in Rice Lake, Wisconsin at the what's it called? Elks Lodge, I think it's called. Anyway, so it's got to be easy to find. Rice Lake isn't that big. I grew up not far from there. So yeah, you'll be able to find us there live and in person. And I will be doing psychic readings right there. My Google Calendar just notified me that we're doing a show tonight. So I've got that going on. And then on December 15th, I will be teaching a Zoom class. I'll be teaching class on Zoom on spiritual protection on the 15th. It seems like a good time of year coming into family stuff, coming into the craziness that is Christmas shopping. I don't participate because I just choose not to, but other people do, and a lot of other people do. So it'll help us to kind of just help manage our energies, and we'll go over a whole bunch of different ways to manage energy, to avoid negative energy hitting you, so that it'll be a really helpful class coming into the holiday season. And then after that, gosh, I don't know. I think I don't have anything until January 21st when I will be in Plover with the Northwoods Expo. So that's what's going on in December. I do still have some appointments available during the week and some limited weekend time, but most of my weekends are taken up. So I am available to do readings, past life regressions, all kinds of fun stuff, soul retrievals. And I do those all online or over the phone, unless you happen to either be in my neighborhood or at an event that I'm at. So that's what's going on for the month of December. And I do have gift certificates available too. So if you wanted to gift someone else a reading or one of those other services, then you can contact me to get one of those, or you can reach me through my website, KristinaBloom.com. There's a contact form on there that you can reach me through there, or you can reach me through Facebook on Messenger, Kristina Bloom Spiritual Advisor. And that's Kristina with a K. So now that I have all of those announcements out of the way, we are going to be talking about conscious actions as we're coming into the new year. And again, my guest tonight is Rita Casanova, and let's bring her out because I think it's going to be a really interesting conversation. Hi, Rita. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm
Awesome.
super excited to be here.
Awesome. Cool. So tell us a little bit about what you do other than the topic that we have, because we want to be able to share your information with our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the longest time, I would say for the last 12 years, I have really been practicing the alternative health modalities. And my favorite heart and soul really enjoys working through the Akashic Records and the transformation process. So that's really what I do. I'm an energetic transformative coach where I work with individuals who are seeking to live life with purpose. And we just dive deep and we help them rediscover who they are at the most intimate level, which is soul level. And we help them
Yeah.
rediscover their power, their truth, their wisdom, their knowledge, and help them live in alignment with who they are.
That's excellent. Hi, Jamie. Jamie just popped on here. She said, "Good evening, Kristina and Rita. My grandmother's name was Rita."
Oh, you don't hear too many of those.
Nice. No, I really haven't known a lot of Ritas throughout my life. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Do you have a website that you would like to share with us?
So currently that's in process,
Okay.
but you can find me on Facebook. I do have Healing for Harmony LLC. I have my own page on Facebook. You
Okay.
can also just reach me through email. Most of my clients actually come through my Google site. So
Okay.
mhm.
Nice. Nice. And your email address is?
It is healing and then the number 4, harmony dot WB, because I'm located in West Bend, at
Okay.
gmail.com.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. West Bend, Wisconsin. What a place.
It is. I really like it. Not
Yeah.
from the city, but it's growing on me.
All right. There you go. All right. So we decided that we were going to talk about conscious action as we approach the new year. So would you like to expound on that a bit?
Sure. I live in the world of transformation, and one of the hottest topics that I talk about with my clients is how to take action. Most of the time, people are taking action, and what's happening? They're spinning their wheels, and they're just
Right.
consistently just spinning all day long, all week long, all month long, and not getting results. And most of the time, it's because sometimes their energy isn't the energy that they're putting into whatever it is, whether it's money or relationships. Sometimes that's not really where their energy needs to be spent.
Okay.
And it's really identifying what is truly at our core, what we really want to do, because I truly believe that we can only really focus on one or two things at a time. And I
Okay.
think some people are always like, let's do all these wonderful things. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do all these things in the new year. And then what happens 30 days later?
Right.
January 30th comes around and they're like, well, it's cheat day. Well, it's a weekend. And we break the cycle, right? We
Yeah.
get momentum going and then we stop. So for me, I'm really passionate about helping people just understand they truly want versus what they think they want.
Right.
And then,
Or what they think they should do.
yes, and I think that's a big
Yeah.
part of it too, because they have, the whole world, society, we're out there listening to a lot of times everyone else but us, and
Right.
our inner guidance and our inner choices are just kind of left in the dark because it's always a someday, right? Instead of today.
Right. Someday just somehow never seems to get here.
Yes,
Isn't that
I used
amazing?
to be that person.
Sometimes I still am that person. I'll just be totally honest about it. Sometimes I still am that person. Like okay, yeah, it was a cheat day because I wasn't paying
Hmm.
attention to what I was putting in my mouth, you know?
Yep. I still do it too. I allow myself the grace, and that's part of
Yes.
it as well, is giving yourself some grace to understand you're human. We're all human.
Right.
And as long as we provide ourselves, the grace and know that we have balance, then everything is just, I feel like everything just always works out when you allow yourself the opportunity to just see yourself as a divine being and know that there's going to be ups and downs and curves and twists and everything along the way.
Right. I totally agree. I completely agree. We have not been in the habit of allowing ourselves grace. At least for my lifetime, maybe longer. It's like we all think that we have to be these perfect people and we all have to,
Mhm.
you know, this is what you do and you follow these rules and everybody follows the same rules and that just doesn't work for everyone.
No. And I
Absolutely
always used
doesn't.
to be, I was always the person that was like, I was a good student, but I was always the person that was seen like, oh, here comes Rita. She's gonna she's gonna just go do what she wants. And I
Yeah.
have that strong will within me, but it took me a really long time to let that come forward because for so many years I did exactly what my mom wanted me to do. I did
Mhm.
exactly what my bigger brother wanted me to do because
Right.
you're afraid. There's that fear factor of what happens when you challenge
Yeah.
what you know and challenge what other people are expecting of you.
Right. Well, every clergy person in my childhood was like, no, please don't bring her in. No, no, don't send her to class because I was the one asking the questions. And by the way, same
Mhm.
for my high school teachers. They were probably all like, no, no, I don't really want her in my class. I was challenging everything all the time. And I
Mhm.
still do. And I think that that's part of taking our care of ourselves and learning
Mhm.
our own truth, because if we don't question things, how can we possibly know what it is that we believe in or what our truth is? We can't.
Yep, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Good evening, Sherry. Sherry, I don't know if you were listening before, but we are talking about conscious action as we approach the new year. So what advice do you have for people, Rita, as far as finding out maybe what it is that they want to take action on? Like, do you have a system? Do you have how do you do that?
So the biggest thing I tell people is feeling, right? So we always have that inner desire inside of us, and that's our intuition that's coming in, or our inner knowing, or and using that gut instinct. So for myself, for so many years, I was in this world of thinking I needed all the money, right? And this is pretty common. So many
Yeah,
people out there think they need all the money in the world because that's what's going to give them things. And yes, I totally agree that money is energy. It's an option. We need that money to create more options for us to have more life experiences. But what really got to me, and it took me a long time to figure this out, was this need and desire to teach. And it wasn't something that just like happened overnight. It was
right.
just something that gradually happened. And I just started to take teeny tiny little steps instead of trying to like make this grand, big aha moment or big step in my life. And I knew that I wanted to do something. I didn't know what it was. And I was always trying to attach money to it. When I started to not think about money and kind of go the other way and say, okay, what's really inside of me? I used to watch people just get in arguments, and I would watch things on the news, and my I could feel in every fiber of my body that I just didn't like hate. I didn't like the word, I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like seeing kids being talked down to. I didn't like people fighting. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Why do I have this passion? And I don't even know these people.
Right.
And the more I started to like think about it and just take small steps, like speaking up for myself, or putting myself in a situation where I could say something to that other person and say, hey, you know what, this isn't right, this doesn't feel good. And the more I talked about it, the more I realized it wasn't really about the money that I wanted. It's there, that's a part of it, but what I really wanted, I had this desire to help other people see that they don't have to hate, and they don't have to be that bully, and they don't have to live that have to life, if you will,
Hmm.
that there's choices, and that every choice that we make comes with a consequence. And teaching people what it really means to be conscious of creating a choice that has a consequence. So whether it's a good choice or a bad choice, because most people are familiar with good and bad, that as long as you make a good choice, a good consequence comes to that. But that consequence not only affects you, it affects everyone else around you. And I think
Right.
most people don't understand that even when they make a bad choice, that bad choice affects every single person around them. And
Right.
so that's where I really try to get people to understand that it's that feeling, that inner knowing that kind of nudges you or guides you in that way, and to pick up on those things. Like, what's that thing that just irks you, and why? Why does it
Right.
do that?
I have to say, I'm with you on the word hate. Hate and can't were
Mhm.
absolutely banned from my house when my kids were growing up. because I just wasn't going to put up. First of all, you might not want to. It might not be
Mm-hmm.
easy, but you can do it.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
hate is not allowed in my house. It just is not allowed. And I completely agree with you. It's like, I can't watch the news. I can't do it
Mm-hmm.
on any station. Can't watch the
Yep.
news. It just, everything about it hits me wrong. And it's just, yeah, I'm right there with you. You
Yep.
know, when
It's so sad.
it's sad, and it's poking the bear, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what the news does. It just upsets people, and that's why it's set up to upset people. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't even watch the news. I have never missed any major event. I
Right.
always find out about it. Even before Facebook, I found out about it. So, if you need to know something, the information will get to you. Um,
Yep.
Conscious action. Oh, good. Sherry doesn't watch the news either. Yay. If we all stop watching it, maybe they'll
Yes.
stop broadcasting it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, off of that soapbox. So let's take some topics and apply
Yep.
conscious action to them. Okay, so we are in a time of year when a lot of people are overspending.
Mm-hmm.
How, I mean, it's like, I get it. It's a cultural thing, it's a religious
Yep.
thing. People do the whole present thing. I choose not to participate. I don't want to. I would rather have experiences some other time of the
Yeah.
year than to spend a
Yep.
boatload of money now. But
Mm-hmm.
how can we get people to stop and think about, how is this going to affect you in January, in February, in March, when you're panicking because you created this mess?
Mm-hmm. I think
What
the
do you have
biggest
set
thing,
up for that?
so I'm with you with the gift thing. Like, we're all about experiences, like, especially because
Yeah.
my kids are older. I'm to the
Mhm.
point where I'm like, let's take a trip, let's do something.
Yeah.
I'm also the person that, I'm I get it, it's Christmas, but I'm like, if you want to come see me, come see me. We don't need a special day for us to have dinner and sit down. Let's
Mhm.
just enjoy being humans, do your life. If we celebrate something, it could be on the 10th, the 12th. It doesn't need to be on that holiday. So we actually don't do
Exactly.
holidays at our house either.
Yeah.
But with everybody else in the world who does appreciate and does, work through those holidays,
Mhm.
really taking the time to understand the choices that you're making and the consequence and the result of that. And, when you're talking about credit cards and you're talking about money and then being able to pay rent, being able to pay utilities, having heat in your house. Sorry, that's
Yes.
cat up there. That's
That's okay. Cats are always welcome on this show. Dogs are too, if you happen to have one
Yep.
of those.
I have 3 cats. You might see all of them. Um,
Awesome.
but I think what we really want to do is just, if you really think about it, if you really take time to just be within instead of being so external. I think a lot of
Mhm.
people are looking at the external part of it,
Yeah.
and not really thinking like, where's the value in this? And who are you trying to impress, really,
Yeah.
in the scheme of things? When they're your family is going to understand your situation. And if it happens to be that you guys create some limits to that, so if you do the gifts, do you have to buy gifts for everybody? Not necessarily. This is a great opportunity for you to do the, like, hat in the bit, or drawing a name out of the hat, so you're only purchasing one gift. This year, we actually, like, in our household, instead of like the big gifts, we are doing the giving tree. So that's more about giving to the community, where we're, picking up a gift for, a teenager or a kid in need. That's another way to do it without feeling like you have to go out and spend all this money, because most of the times those gifts tend to be very simple, just like a little art set, some crayons, something super small. The other thing is creation, right? We are all about finding ourselves and being able to do things that make us feel good. And I don't know about you, I am a crafter. And I think right now there's a lot of people who are not working, and they're taking that route to where they're really trying to,
Yeah.
figure out what they love to do as far as a hobby. Homemade gifts are great because they don't cost a lot of money, and it's very personal, and it comes from the heart. And all day, every day, I'll take a handmade gift and know that it's something I could use every single day versus something that I'm going to that's wrapped in plastic. I'm going to take the plastic off, throw it away, and then it's going to break in, like a month to 2 months or
Right.
or whatever it is.
And I want to
So,
welcome Tristan. Hi, Tristan. Thanks for joining us.
hi, welcome.
He didn't say anything until your cat jumped up there, and he was like,
Oh,
"Oh, kitties."
yeah. I'm really shocked because she's actually the most skittish one out of all of them.
Oh,
So
wow.
kudos to
Cool.
Moon.
She must like what we're doing here then.
Right. She can feel it.
Yeah. As far as gifts too, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I've given psychic readings as gifts. I've given,
Mhm.
where it can be a
Yep.
service or it can be
Your
a
talent.
trade or, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just, I feel like a lot of people stress themselves out to try to do this perfectly because grandma did or mom did. And, I don't know about your family, but in my family, if mom actually managed to pull off a perfect Christmas, by the end of the night, she was so intoxicated she couldn't move because she'd been drinking all day to pull off this perfect holiday. And, it's why do we do this to ourselves? And
Yep.
it's not even a religious thing. It's not like I'm even getting down
No.
on people who follow that
Mhm.
religion because it's a secular holiday as well. I mean,
Mhm.
a lot of people do it. Tristan's laughing at me. It's okay. Tristan laughs at me all the time. It's all good. He's one of my favorites. So yeah, it's really interesting though, and also food.
Mhm.
Because
Yep.
people end up, buying gym memberships because they overdid December. And I've already
Yep.
overdone December. So I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah, it's now I'm sitting back and I'm going, okay, do I really want to keep eating like this? Does it really feel good?
Mhm.
And it's more about how does the food I'm eating make me feel than it is
Yes.
about, weight or any. I'm in my mid 50s. I don't want to try to look 25. I don't care anymore. I will take care of myself. Oh, I'm going to call him Leonard because I'm Valentine. I had to heal my inner
Inner
Christmas
Christmas
child.
child.
I love that. How did you heal your inner Christmas child? I can't wait to see this. I he is such an amazing psychic. Like this guy's amazing. I met him a couple months ago, and
Oh,
he's just
nice.
an amazing psychic. Yeah, really good
Well,
guy.
welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, inner Christmas child. I like that. I like that. That's a neat way to put it. Um, So starting off the new year, it took hating Christmas to love Christmas. I think I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think more and more people, we're in an age where
Yeah.
traditions are just not traditions anymore.
Right.
Things are just evolving. Like, I'll be honest, even for Thanksgiving, I've never made a turkey. Never in my life. We've always just tried something new. So I
Hmm.
think there's a lot of shifting and moving that's happening right now, where especially, people who are kind of like my age and above, and I'm 43, where we're at that point where we're like, why? Why does it have to be so hard? Why do we have
Yeah.
to put ourselves inside this box? And it's okay for us to want something different and
Right.
to, again, challenge what always was, because that doesn't necessarily need to be what our future is.
Right. And if people love doing those traditions, go for it. If that's
Hmm.
what brings you joy,
Yeah.
go for it. I'm not judging any of that. I'm just
Hmm.
saying if you're not into it, don't do it.
Yep.
And Tristan said, our family fights more on Christmas than any other holiday. That is why Halloween is
Mm.
always going to be my favorite. Yes. I remember on Halloween, somebody asked me, why is Halloween your favorite holiday? And I'm like, because there's no stress to Halloween. You do
Hmm.
whatever you want to
It's just
do and
fun.
everybody's happy. It's just fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree, Tristan. I
And you get to be
completely
somebody
agree.
that you aren't normally 364 days out of the year, right?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So let's talk about going into the new year, because I know at the beginning of the year, everybody is going to pop up with their self-help program, their
Yeah.
diet program, their uh, what do you call vision board workshops. They're going to come
hmm
up with, all of this stuff comes up at the beginning of the year. But how do we make that conscious action more of a habit and less of a, oh, well, I have to fix all the mistakes I made last year and do this year perfectly, because none of us ever do.
hmm The biggest thing with
So,
that is, do they want to do it? You know what I mean?
right.
That's the biggest thing, is so many times that, yeah, they want to lose weight. Do you? Are you really committed to the process? And I always tell people, how they say like 30 days and you can build a habit. I
Mhm.
say that's just the starting point. I feel like it takes about,
Mhm.
60 to 90 days before you really gain the momentum to sustain it.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, smaller the action, the more sustainable it is. If you're trying to take this large action, you're going to take it once, it's going to feel great. You're going to, shift the energy quite a bit. So it's going to feel good, but it's not sustainable. So try to take action that's uncomfortable enough to push you outside of your zone, but still maintainable and something that you can do day in and day out. The
Right.
other thing is, I tell people, when you're ready to take action, you don't have to wait to January 1st to take action.
Thank
When
you.
you're ready to take action, you do it when you're ready. And I think that is another key point, is so many people wait. If you wait, you're not ready. Because
Mhm.
when you're ready, you will take action immediately, because it's something that's that important to you. When you're waiting, I don't think it's that important.
Right. Exactly. I want to bring this also into the more spiritual metaphysical realm too. I've already talked to people like, oh, next year I'm going to meditate more. Why don't you meditate more today?
Right now. hmm
you
Yeah.
know, you'll get the benefit today just as much as you will on
Yes.
January 2nd.
Yep.
Hi, Robin.
Absolutely.
I try hard. My challenge is wrong environment. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is
Hmm.
a tough one, because you can only do so much in the environment.
Yeah. Well, it was his partner who told me he does that really good Southern cooking and I'm gaining weight.
Mm.
Robin, I hope you're feeling better. My toxic trait is procrastination. That was Tristan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that, Tristan. Robin, I hope that you're feeling better. I found out earlier today that she's got COVID, so I hope that you're feeling
Oh,
better. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll keep sending you as much energy as I can and still stay awake to do these shows.
Thank you for being here, even though
Yes,
you're not
thank you for
feeling well.
being here. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it tonight, Robin, but I'm glad you're here. Um, so, yeah, the spiritual practices that people wait until, you know, well, I'm just going to finish out this year and
Mhm.
prayers to you, Robin. Oh, good. They're having their own conversation. I love it.
Okay.
These people, they've all become friends. So they're in there
That's
having their own
cute.
conversations. I love that um, in the chat rooms. But I've talked to a lot of people who are like, well, I'll start working on that then. Then you're not going to start working on it.
Yep, absolutely. And
And
support, making sure you have the right support, because so many people go into things and they're like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on my own. We're not designed to do, anything on our own.
no,
We
we're
are
not.
designed to co-create. So,
Yes.
I mean, think about it. Would you go out and buy a house, just like poof, go buy a house? No, you need a realtor, you need a banker, you need an inspector, you need all of these things to make that happen.
Right.
So why would healing, on the spiritual side, if you're looking to heal yourself or taking any type of action to make change or transformation in your life on your own,
Exactly.
it's impossible to do. You need the support of other people. You need their energy. You need their assistance to be able to create that sustainability that's going to help lead you to the path that you want to be on.
Right. The support part. Did you find my journal? No, I did not read your journal.
No, I am. I'm just kidding.
Rita might have read your journal, but I didn't read your journal. Also, with the support thing too, that can be kind of a double-edged sword because you have to be careful who you're asking for support.
Absolutely. You got to have the right people. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite topics to talk about is having the right people in your life.
Well, let's talk about that when we come back from break. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Want to keep up with the latest at the station? How about catch up on your favorite shows on the go? Download the free WLTK-DB mobile app on the App Store and Google Play. Watch, listen, and shop right from the palm of your hand. The WLTK-DB mobile app. The truth is here and now. Get yours today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's 31 minutes past the hour. You are listening to I knew I was going to mess that up. Be the Change on WLTK-DB. Let's Talk Radio. I'm Kristina Bloom. I'm your host, and I am here with Rita Casanova. And we are talking about conscious action as we approach the new year. And we're coming back from break. Rita, for those of us who might be joining us late or listening on a replay and didn't catch the beginning, would you like to give people your Facebook page again so that they can look you up?
Sure. My Facebook page is Healing for Harmony LLC. You can find that. That is my business page. And then you also are, if you're interested in emailing me, you can do that at healing4 Harmony, and then it's .wb for West Bend. That's the area that I'm located in at gmail.com.
Awesome. Thanks. I just want to make sure everybody gets your information. So we were talking about support in making changes and finding the right support, because if we go to the people who don't really want us to change, that's pretty counterproductive. So Leonard said, I was just talking about support earlier. And can you give us some pointers on how to find the right support, or the support that's actually helpful to us, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I always say, I'm like, I want you to take your biggest idea and throw it out there to somebody. And the person who's going to be on your side is going to not think twice and be like, yeah, you should totally do that. No hesitation whatsoever. When you've got somebody who's like, wait, you can't do that, or they have that hesitation to you, that's a good indication of somebody who is going to be a really good support person for you, because they should want you to be able to do anything, because you can. You have the ability to have whatever you want. And that person who's going to be on your side is not going to matter if that means you want to go, find ways to make boots to jump to the moon or whatever it is. They're going to see that as an opportunity because they know that you're truly capable of doing that. One of the things that I talk about a lot is, as you start to make change, don't be surprised if you've got new people coming and going. Because as you start to shift and you start to build momentum through that change, you might have people in your life that are like, I'm not so sure that I like how this feels with, you changing. And that's okay, because that means that they're meant to fall away. And then you might have new people that come in and they're like, hey, I kind of like how your energy feels. This feels nice. You seem to be, good. You're doing good things for yourself, for your mind, your body, your spirit. And hey, let's hang out. And those are all really good things for us because they help us evolve and they help us keep in the momentum of that transformation and change. And I think those are two key things that I talk about a lot with my clients.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. People coming and going. I'm recovering from the rejection. Thank you for this. Yeah, that's really
Oh, you're
important too.
welcome.
It's, when we start making the changes, people do start falling away, and often the people will fall away before the new people come in. They're making room
Yeah,
by leaving our
absolutely.
lives, but that
Yep,
can be a pretty hard process. That can be heartbreaking,
it
losing
is.
friends and people and family members sometimes. And yeah, when we start changing and raising our own vibration and family members start falling away, or you haven't seen a family member for a while, so you get together and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, wow, you are not the person I
Yeah.
remember.
I feel like
You
I've
know?
been through that cycle at least, 4 or 5 times in my life where, I had a great group of friends. All of a sudden, I'm like, I need to start healing. I need to start doing some things. I don't like how this feels. And then the moment I start doing that, all of a sudden, nobody's texting me back. Nobody's calling me back. Nobody wants to hang out anymore. And
Yeah.
that was hard, because for a while you have that gap. And
Hmm.
how do you bridge that gap? You bridge
Right.
that gap by just being mentally prepared and understanding that everything is of service to you. So just being open to what that new possibility is next and who that possibility is next.
Right. Well, like Abraham Hicks says, the universe always has my back.
Absolutely.
Doesn't
Yep.
always feel like it, but the
No,
universe always has my back. And,
that invisible force.
yes, right. And sometimes that space in between when the people who were there fall away and the people who aren't there yet are coming in, there's that space. And that's that space where we get to really take the time to just get comfortable with us, with
Yep.
ourselves. And that can be a really hard thing for a lot of people. I mean, I know, but at different times in my journey, I couldn't stand silence. Always had to have noise, always had to have people around me, always had to at least have a radio on. There always had to be noise. And there's no such thing as lost in the universe. Florence Scovel Shinn. That is a great
Nice.
quote.
That's a good one.
That
Yes.
is a great quote. Yeah. And now it's like I will drive hundreds of miles in my car and not even think about turning the radio on. It's just me
Hmm.
and the road. And I'm like totally at peace with that. It took a long time getting there, though. It takes time to get comfortable with you, especially as
Yeah.
you're going through changing. You have to get to know yourself.
Hmm.
And
And
I
I think
think,
that's what's
yeah,
missing.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. I think that we kind of tend to say, well, your old friends are falling away, but new ones are coming, and that's a comfort. But in
When?
that space in between, right? But in that space in between, we still have to learn to be comfortable with us and
Hmm.
the new us because we're not the same people anymore.
Yes. Yep. I think I call that like the processing.
Yeah.
We get through our, we start taking our action. All of a sudden now we have to process all of the results that we just had taken action on, right? So
Yeah.
what does that look like? And for me, for a long time, so I was the person, I was very introverted when I was, a teenager in my early 20s. And, when I started doing all this work and people were telling me like, you're born to speak, you're born to talk, you're born to do all these things. I was like, no, nope, don't believe it one bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had to learn, when I started to work with
Yeah.
these energies and start to speak and talk, I started to crave it. And in between was chaos for me. It was
Mm-hmm.
really hard for me to rediscover that that's really who I was inside.
Yeah.
And it felt like a challenge every single day to get out of bed, to make the decision to go to work and know that I was going to face the people that didn't really want to talk to me anymore. It was a challenge to know that
Yeah.
I lived, 2 doors down from somebody who I didn't want to talk to anymore. And just being able to day by day just understand and grow from that experience and just process
Yeah.
so that on the other side, the moment when I was ready to accept a new person in my life, I knew it was a good match and a good fit and not have to have that worry in the back of my head like, is this going to work out? Is this person going to be of value? And you don't feel like that because you just attract that next vibration and it feels good. And then you don't have that doubt or that worry when these new people come into play.
I love that. The last Valentine's, it's like, again, I just sat down. Dude, I feel that. I totally feel that. Sherry says, I wish I had more support within my family. No one believes in mediums but me. There are things that I am waiting to come to be where I can say, yes, that's what I was told. But until then, you just keep coming back to us, Sherry, because we
Yes,
believe in you.
absolutely. Yep, you stick with the people who are there to nurture you. And sometimes that isn't family.
Mhm.
I'll be honest, I don't talk to a lot of my family. I grew up in a Catholic home. I grew up very structured, and I was kind of the black sheep. And, to this day, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
Yeah, it recently came to me, by the way, the black sheep. The black sheep is the one that's shining the light.
Hmm.
The
Absolutely.
white sheep are either reflecting it or it's just shining on them and they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Don't be
I say
medium, go large. I love this guy. Keep shining. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherry, I have absolute faith that you are going to get where you are going.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tristan, I think we might have to change the name of this show to The Black Sheep. Because here we
I'm
are.
in.
We're all here.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? It is a lot of fun. I love these guys in the chat room. They always have like the best chats. But Sherry, we got your back. We got your
Yes,
back.
we all do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we have about 15 more minutes.
Sure.
And let's see if you guys have any questions for us. So we'll open up the chat room unless you have something else that you wanted to bring up. I think we had
I
a
feel like
lot
we
of
did
that.
good.
Yeah, I feel like we did good, but we got some more time to fill. So, hey. Funny. Oh, Valentine says, funny. I was just plotting an adventure called Black Soul Magic. Ooh,
Ooh,
I
that
want to hear
sounds
more
very
about.
much. Yeah.
Sorry, we're both talking at the same time because you got us excited. I want to hear more about that. That sounds really interesting. He's going to be a guest on my show one of these days too.
Oh,
So,
how wonderful.
yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Excellent. Yeah. Maybe when I'm in New York, we could do a live show together. That'd be fun. That would
Ooh.
be fun. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions about, like the conscious action, if you any like pointed questions about how you can take action about a specific thing, or just any question that pops into your head that you've been wondering about, it's a similar idea to being the black sheep. Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'm going to learn more about that. I don't think he has it quite put together yet. That's what I'm feeling like. So
Well, there's a lot
plotting
of
an
us out there.
adventure. Oh, there sure are. Oh my goodness. Let's see. My producer said, yeah, I always have to sit at the kids' table. I've not met him in person. Looks pretty tall to me. I'm not sure how he fits at the kids' table.
I'll sit at the kids' table. They have the great imagination. They've got the right spirit. They don't care. Sign me up.
Exactly.
We
Using
should
that
all be
image.
sitting at the kids' table.
Oh, Valentine says, using that image to shine the light no matter how dark it feels. They have crayons too, Todd says.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids' table is pretty awesome. I didn't like it when I was a kid, but we actually don't even have any kids right now. We have like 1 2-year-old, so he doesn't need his own table. But yeah, my brother has a 10-year-old, and she's the only kid there. Just don't eat them. Yeah, Todd. Tristan says don't eat the crayons. Just saying. You can spill at the kids' table, and it's okay. Too late.
That's funny.
Too late, Tristan. Todd already ate the crayons. This show just gets silly. I'm so glad you're here and you have a good sense of humor because we just get silly here. I really love doing this. You know what? You can spill at the kids' table, but the thing is, the kids have milk. They don't have wine, so the wine you can't really stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're just getting silly here. All right. So let's have some fun. Let's play a game. All right. So I'm formulating this as we go. So stick with me here. All right.
I'll try to keep up.
All right. We're all sitting at the kids' table and we get to write the menu. What's on the menu for holiday dinner?
Oh, man. I don't eat like I used to.
Well, yeah, but this gets us into some creative thinking, right? So we're kids again. So I'm going to say mac and cheese.
I was just going to say mac and cheese, man.
Chicken nuggets. Tristan's got the chicken nuggets. Yep. All right.
Bread. All kinds of bread.
There you go. Chicken wings and French fries. I love it. Ice cream. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Pizza rolls. I know that sounds weird, but I used to love pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls. I can tell we're all still a little bit adult here because no one said hot dogs yet.
No, that won't come out of my mouth.
Marshmallows. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hot chocolate.
Yeah, so good. Yes. You know, it's like ooh, pudding. Chocolate pudding. Oh, what's Todd got? Candy apples. Todd says candy apples. That's his contribution. Chocolate milk. I like it. I love it when we start.
Broccoli.
What was not broccoli? Watered down wine. Okay, or we could call that juice. Oh my god.
What did they make those little juices that came in the little like barrel looking things? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, what were those? Yeah, they were like little plastic barrels with foil over them. Yeah. My kids used to drink something called bug juice.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep, the Capri Suns, the Sunny D, all of it.
Monkey barrels. That's what they were called. Monkey barrels. Thank you, Todd.
Oh, thanks, Todd.
Huggies.
What?
Huggies.
They were called. Yes, they were called Huggies, I think. Okay. Yeah.
What, the barrels?
I'm trying to look at I'm trying to think of the package, what it looked like.
Oh, okay. Sherry likes the watered down wine. Ashley loved the bug juice. Ashley is Tristan's wife.
Oh, hi, Ashley.
You know, cake. Cookies. Nobody is even bringing up any chocolate.
Ice cream cookies.
Ice cream cookies. Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, what do we eat as kids? Pancakes. Dutch apple pie. String cheese. Todd says Dutch apple pie. You know what? I think, sweet potato pie. Oh, yes. Nobody here. All right. I'm in Wisconsin. People don't even know what sweet potato pie is. Like, they just don't even know. Oh, you mean pumpkin pie?
Yuck.
Is that what Todd said was yuck?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse ice cream bars. Let's see what Nikki had to say.
Oh,
let's see. Oh, Nikki's just saying sorry she couldn't make it to the show tonight. She's Nikki is she's like my part-time co-host. Sometimes she co-hosts with me. Yeah. Nice. What are you saying? What to the Mickey Mouse cream bars, or what to the yuck for the sweet potato pie? I think that's what he was referring to. Yes, it is delicious. Sweet potato pie. Todd, you're getting outvoted here.
He's just gonna have to try.
Just gonna have to try it. Yeah. Grilled cheese. Yes. Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for joining us, Kelly. Yeah.
Love grilled cheese.
To
Don't
Wisconsin
eat that
not
much
knowing?
dairy.
Oh, what to Wisconsin not knowing? Yeah, a lot of people in
Oh,
Wisconsin don't know what sweet potato pie is. Yeah, they just think everything is pumpkin pie, which is interesting.
they look the same, don't they?
Kinda, yeah, sort of. Oh my gosh, you guys are such a blast. All right. So that was a lot of fun. So then
Good.
after we get done with this delicious kids meal, oh, Tristan says, I wish I didn't know what sweet potato pie is. Uh-oh, now we have a controversy brewing.
Oh no.
You know what? If we're going to have a controversy over pie, that's okay.
That's okay.
Way
It
better
could be
than
way
all
worse.
the stuff. Oh, Val says, I learned my lesson about them looking the same. Okay. I feel like there's a story there.
Yep, definitely a story.
Oh my gosh. So, you know what? After we have eaten this delicious kids meal here, we're definitely going to have to take some conscious action going into the new year. Sweet tea. I actually prefer
Oh,
unsweetened
sweet tea.
tea. Yeah. So did I, Val. Took a big bite through, thought it was pumpkin and hated it. Okay. I think Val might have gone the other way on that one.
Oops.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Val dibs on the bathroom. This is where we have to do this in a house with multiple bathrooms. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Man, that took a turn.
It did.
Oh my
And I want to
gosh.
be in that house.
All right. All right. Thanks for dinner. I'm going home now. Yeah, we're gonna have to have like 20 bathrooms.
Or buckets.
Or, oh my gosh. Or just far enough out in the woods where it doesn't matter. Oh wow, we are going down a bad road now.
Yeah. New topic.
Let's talk about humor, shall we? Really, I think that if more people just had a sense of humor, like look at how much we raise the vibration.
Yes.
I'm not
life.
even reading that. Aaron, new subject. Okay.
Raising
Todd
vibration.
Todd says, I do have a question. How does one deal with having to be around their ex-wife during the holidays? What could I do to save face with my kids? Asking for a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have much experience with being around exes, and this is a tough one because it's really understanding it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about you, and it's not about the two adults who are fighting with each other. It's about the kids and doing what's best for them. And I've had to put myself in situations where I had to just show up and be the adult and not be angry, not be worried, and just be present for my children. My kids are grown now. They're, 23, 19, and 18. But it is just understanding in that moment, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what you're angry about. It doesn't matter, why you separated, why you're not together. All that matters is making sure that those kids see you happy in that moment because you're with them. Why wouldn't you be happy while you're with your children? Don't be angry. Don't be resentful. Just
Yeah.
enjoy the opportunity that you get to share with your children.
Yeah. I think that's really good advice. And yeah, fortunately, we generally had separate holidays, but there were graduations. There were, different
Yeah.
events where you have to be there with your ex. And sometimes you just have to keep smiling and biting your tongue. Yeah.
Because your kids, they know, they see, they know, they're so smart and they pick up on things. And it took one time for my son, once I overheard him say to his younger brother and sister, well, you weren't there to see it all happen. And I thought, I did that. I was the one that made that comment come out because he saw him, his father and I going at it one time, just back and forth, and the police got involved, and it wasn't cool.
Right.
And, from that day, I was like, never again will I ever be the person to create a circumstance that my children don't need to see or hear or be a part of.
I agree. That's excellent. Todd said, wonderful. Thank you so much. That's great advice.
Yeah, you're
Taking the
welcome.
high road is best for the kids. That was Aaron. Sherry said, just be polite. Maureen said porta potty. She was going back to the other conversation. Yeah. And Val said voodoo dolls and healing crystals. And don't be afraid to speak up. Take no mess. Don't start anything, but be strong to speak up. You're worth being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes it really is just smiling and nodding and staying on the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm. There's been plenty of times I just sat on the other side of the room. The kids know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
The kids know. They always figure it out. Whatever stories they were told, they eventually figure out as they grow up. So, it's all good. We can just be the best people that we can be. We've all made mistakes. We've all had a past, and we can just be the bigger person sometimes.
yep. And that's what our kids want. Our kids want us to be happy. They want us to be ourselves and be authentic. They know when we're putting on a show, right? So the best thing you can do is just give yourself some grace. Know that you're human. Know that you have emotion and that you do have feelings. But at that moment, the feelings and emotions really need to be with your children, there. And sometimes you just got to put your feelings aside just for a little while. So you walk away, get in your car, and then you can scream, shout, do whatever you need to do. Just be mindful of what your choices are and what your consequences will be if you do something that's less than who you are.
Right, exactly. And Todd said, you are all great. That was really weighing heavy on my mind. First year, a grandbaby is involved. And that does make a difference.
It does.
It does. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be a great holiday.
Yep. Yep. Just, really our intention has everything to do with it, right? So if we intend to have a great holiday, we just keep putting it out there and then behave accordingly. This has really it's been a fun show. It's been a great show. You brought a lot of value to our listeners, and I very much appreciate that. And I want to thank everybody who has been in the chat, because you guys have just made this so much fun. You always do. You always make it so much fun. And so I'm grateful for all of you for being here, for chiming in, and for listening, and for everyone who had their comments but didn't put them in the chat. Thank you to you too, because I'm grateful for you listening. So one last time, Rita, your Facebook page and your email.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Healing for Harmony LLC. And my email is healing4harmony.wb, West Bend, that's where I'm located, @gmail.com.
Excellent. Thank you. Robin said you instigate the fun. Yeah, I've been an instigator my whole life, and I very much enjoy it. All right. Thanks. I hope that you guys will stick around or come back, as the case may be, because we're going to open a new window here, a new studio window for the paranormal room. And we are talking about dreams tonight in the paranormal room. So if you would like to just, catch the next link and join Logan and I for that, we would be more than happy to have you join us in the chat room there. And Rita, thank you again so much. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but you live like 20 minutes away. We'll get together. We'll have coffee. It's all good. So excellent. Thank you, everyone, so much for your input and for your energy and your love. And I will see you again next week. And for the life of me, I cannot remember who my guest is, but I'll get it out there. Yes, the paranormal room. I know Tristan likes that show. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Rita.
is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.